So you know when you go to the doctor, when you're going to get your physical, your annual checkup, or even taking your vehicle to the mechanic, you're getting a tune-up, you're checking out all the parts. The same thing is true with a home. You find a home inspector that will then be hired to do a few things. The very basic is a structural mechanical. So they're looking at the roof, the foundation, the plumbing, the electrical, the appliances. It could also be things as small as windows and door. They are trained and they are licensed, again, to look for the things that you would not naturally look for because you might not even know to look for them. And this may be your first time purchasing. So oftentimes you work with your real estate agent to hire your home inspector. There's so many people that you can hire, like someone that does WDI or wood destroying insects. Is your carpenter bees, your carpenter ants, your termites. Then you have some that do sewer lines and sewer tests. The sewer line goes through the sewer. You have some that do radon tests, odorless, colorless gas. Then there's some that may do mold. Others that may do roofing inspections, structural engineers. You have your chimney inspectors. You have your pool inspectors. I mean, honest to goodness, the list can go on, and it's up to you. If you want to get some, none, or all of these inspections done, but you must know that they do come at your expense. So you do need to pay them in advance, whether or not you move forward with the property. And sometimes people like to bring along family and friends. Anyone else I consider to be decision makers. So anybody that's going to be purchasing the house with you, giving you money, anyone whose opinion that matters. Now I will say this, it can get crowded very fast. Depending on what state you live in, there's going to be different rules for this. But after your inspection, sometimes you can work with your agent to request repairs. You can decide to back out of the contract. You can negotiate other terms of the contract based on what you learned from the inspections. Or you can do a mix of a few of the things that I just shared. It really just depends. You need to give it to your real estate agent to work with them to decide what is the best course of action for you. I always say home inspections are not required, but come on, get you a home inspection. And in order to negotiate any of this information with the seller, you would need to get what's called a home inspection report, or reports or estimates from individuals. You give that information to the seller and then y'all negotiate from there. Or you can potentially walk away depending on what your contract states, depending on where you live, depending on what you have agreed upon with the guidance of your agent. This is what you're hiring, one of the many things that you're hiring an agent for. So you want to trust their judgment, but you want to let them know in advance the things that are important to you so that they can be addressed during this home buying process. Be sure to wear comfortable shoes. Definitely come with your questions. I always say the point of the home inspection is not to point out the things that are wrong with a house. You're getting this information to then decide what to do next. Not everything is bad. Sometimes the information you get will just let you know, okay, well, your roof is 5 years old and is good for another 45 years because you have a 50-year rated roof. So you're not going in there looking for the worst. You know, this is not worst case scenario, but you are, when you are negotiating, really focusing on your deal breakers. Try to stay away from things that are minute, that really don't matter. You really want to focus on the systems, the structural things, the foundation things, things that could affect the safety, health, and welfare of the individuals that may live in the house. Do not panic if you find issues with the home. There is no home out there that is perfect, and it is expected. I've had some houses that have only had 2 things that were noted as issues, and then I've seen some that have had 50 to 75. It really just depends. And do not assume that just because a house looks okay, that the house is okay. Anyway, I want you to come back. I want you to get some more of this good information. I want you to like. I want you to share. I want you to follow. I want you to comment. I want you to ask your questions. Make it a great day on purpose. And then I want you to do what? Get keys with Kim. All right, good people. I'll talk to you later. Deuces.